group out of that. Then we will see few logical volume related commands and a few volume group commands. My system is currently having is configured with a single hard disk, that is HDisk 0. It belongs to root volume group. I have added a new hard disk to the system, and now I want to configure it. So I am running cfgmgr. This will basically scan for new hard disks or new devices and new adapters, and if it finds anything new, it will configure them. So I have connected a second hard disk to my system. So the second hard disk will be configured as HDisk 1, and the lspv command will show that. Now we have HDisk 1 in our system, which doesn't have any PV ID and it doesn't belong to any volume group. I'm going to make a volume group with the name, say, DataVG. The stripe size 128 MB. Now the volume group is created. LSPV shows HDisk 1 belongs to DataVG, and when you create a volume group out of a physical volume, there will be a number that's called a PV ID. It's basically an alphanumeric value. It will be set on the physical volume. So this is nothing but the identification number for the physical volume. LSVG command will show all the configured volume groups in your system, and LSVG-O will show all the available, the active volume groups in your system. To know more about the volume group, type LSVG DataVG. It shows the volume group name, and there will be identification alphanumeric thing that's called a VG identifier. You can see the VG ID for the DataVG, and the VG is in active state. It got a PP size of 128 MB, and the total PP is free PPs, and we did not create any logical volume, so the used PPs are 0, and it doesn't have any LV, so it's 0, and it is having a limitation of maximum logical volume. It's 256 maximum logical volumes, and you can see the quorum is enabled by default. When you disable quorum, this quorum number will become 0, will become 1, and the VG identifier is 2. Let us deactivate this volume group, and LSVG-O shows only root volume group, and LSVG shows DataVG as well as root VG, because LSVG will just show all the configured VGs, but to find out whether it is active or not, you have to type LSVG space -O. Now let us create a logical volume in root VG. As of now, in DataVG. As of now, DataVG is very rough, so we have to vary on it. Let's vary on. Okay, you can create a logical volume only if the VG is in active state, or only if the VG is opened. LSVG-L, a VG name will show all the logical volumes that reside on the VG, and LSVG-P DataVG will show all the physical volumes in the volume group. Let me create a LV. Let's take type JFS2, LV name or a LV, and so this volume group I got a PP size of 128 MB, and if you want to make a logical volume of 256 MB, then you need to have two logical partitions, and Finally I am going to give the PV name, and LV is created, it is called aura LV. So in the mklv command, first we are giving the type, that is JFS2, then I am giving the LV name and the BG name, the number of logical partitions. Finally I am giving the PV name. Okay, so here if you don't give the logical volume name, then it will take some generic name like LV00 or LV01, like that, whichever is available. So the JFS2 LV is created, and I am going to create a log device for that, log LV, that is of type JFS2 log. For a log LV, you can just give one logical partition, that is enough. Here I am not giving the PV name, so it doesn't matter actually. So whenever you have like 30 or 40 physical volumes in a volume group, and you want to create a logical volume on a particular physical volume, then you give the PV name while creating the LV. Otherwise it might take when you create a logical volume will reside in any physical volume which cannot be controlled by you. So when you want to create a logical volume on a particular PV, just mention the PV name at the end of mklv command. So now the logical volume of type JFS2 log is created. Let us confirm it. Yeah, it's created. Okay, the next thing you do after creating a log LV is you have to initialize the log device. So this is the command to initialize the log device: log form space /dev / the LV name. If it is successfully created, it will just give you the prompt, it won't say anything. So you have to just think that it's done properly. And now I am going to create a file system on the aura LV. The file system, okay, the CRFS is the command to create a file system, and -v JFS2 the type of the file system, -d the LV name, aura LV, and -a s. That means whenever you reboot the system, this file system will be mounted automatically. Okay, this command will create a file system on an existing logical volume, and it will associate the file system to the logical volume. And all these entries will be all these entries, configuration, everything will be added to the ODM, VGDA. And for file system, there is one more file where the information is added. It is called the etc file systems. For each and every file system, there will be a stanza in etc file systems file. Here you can see for OPT Oracle, there is a stanza over there which gives the mount point name, the LV name, what is the type, and what is the log device it is using, whether the automatic mount option is turned on or off, it's true or false.